The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Talo for Lover. I'm Madeline Chapman, editor at The Spin-off. If you have the means, consider supporting our high-quality journalism by becoming a Spin-off member. Sign up now at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually quite good.
Is that good?
I mean, it certainly had a distinct...
It didn't have a chi at the end.
Well, it's not the drink that knows its own name, is it? It's a Red Bull. So welcome along. Welcome along to The Real Pod. This is your Real Life in New Zealand and Reality TV recap podcast. My name's Jane Yee and I'm joined by Duncan Grieve and Alex Casey. Duncan, I can only see you from the bottom of your nose downwards. If you could adjust your screen, please. There we go. Oh, lovely.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, how are you guys?
Ooh.
I'm good. I'm just frantically cleaning my glasses. Off to a bad start this morning, I'll be honest. It's so humid in Auckland and I am in such a fucking bad mood.
Oh,
I'm
no,
just
I
gonna put it out there.
No.
It's crazy.
What are you doing?
My hair is big and I'm just like sweating, but it's all good.
Do you know what I think that is? I think that's karma.
Oh!
So last week was the bad pod. I mean, it was a fine pod. I hope I felt like it was quite an entertaining, funny
pod.
But it was the sad pod, and we're still reeling. Yeah, it was a public egg to my heart. But we've regrouped. We're back together. We're just going to enjoy the rest of this journey together.
Yeah.
And hope that love will conquer all, and to see what the future holds. Yeah,
Can't wait.
I think we should just let our walls down, finally,
okay.
for once.
Yeah, just make ourselves vulnerable and open up to each other. Thanks, Nando's, by the way.
Yes.
You've been with us. You're going to be with us till the end.
Oh,
Oh, God.
actually, I have to say, chicken played a bloody big role this week in the Bachelorette, didn't it?
Yeah.
It actually
Mike
did.
needed Nando's.
Yeah, Mike really needed to Uber Eats that Nando. I mean, he would have won if he'd done that. Well, he won anyway, didn't he?
I wonder if Lucina likes Nando's.
Oh no, Michael the
She's got
farmer.
it.
She's got it. Like, I don't think it's possible to be really into chicken and not like Nando's. Like, who is this supposed person where that's true?
They don't exist. Anyway, Nando's are our lovely sponsor and they're delicious and we love them and they've been very supportive and loyal, God knows why, but we love them very dearly. So please eat Nando's. We're on Facebook. Is there any real point doing this bit? Seeing as the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's not.
God, we're not, yeah. Just stick to our...
Well, we've got a month to go, you know.
Okay,
It's going to
all
be
right.
a wonderful month. Some podcasts don't even make it to a month.
You know when you're moving out of a
Not
flat
many.
and you don't really feel like doing the housekeeping? I don't really feel like doing the housekeeping, you know?
I like this.
Yeah,
Jane
this
going
is-
rogue.
Totally new, edgy.
You got to talk
Jane.
about the corner, though. 'cause
Okay,
there's gonna be
we have an amazing
upcoming
corner.
exclusive treats in the corner.
There's some exclusive
Yeah.
treats. What's happening in the corner?
Well, I'm not going to tell you because you don't want to be...
Okay.
All this bloody...
All right.
What is it called?
The strange
What is
tension.
it called? Jolly come lately. What is that word?
Johnny come lately.
Johnny. This is like when Liam and Jesse had a fight. I don't get it.
The people who just come into this pod and don't commit to the community don't get to know what the treats are, is what I'm saying.
Jeez, I'm coated in sweat.
It's so hot.
I'm like dripping down my
Please
my
don't.
chair. This
Please
is
don't
foul.
disrobe. Okay, so our Facebook is facebook.com/The Real Pod. You can find a link there to The Real Pod Corner, which is our secret Facebook group, which is the best place on the internet, as has been proven time and time again, and never more so than in the last week with news of Alex's departure from the spin-off, where the cornies have just been taking the biggest emotional dumps you could possibly imagine right there on the internet.
So, yeah, they've really blocked it up.
Anyway, we're on Instagram at The Real Pod. Pod haven't updated that for about 2 months, so if you like, I mean.
I think it's nice. It's like a time capsule.
It is. It's a time capsule. But anything, no news? No, we're just going into the Bachelorette because we're a little short on time, aren't we?
Any news? Tina, you got any news before we get on?
You're going to Australia, eh? Pretty big news.
Yeah, it's big news. Going to Perth?
Perth?
No, I don't know.
Brisbane.
Oi, oi.
Are you?
Okay. That's the news.
That's the news. And now, reality check.
I have 4 weeks to decide if I'm going to drop my entire life for you.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband.
Yeah, Jesus.
A whirlwind of emotions has hit me tonight. Liam and Steve nowhere to be seen in sight. My mind is boggled, confused and dazed, wondering when I'll think clear again one of these days. As much as I try to think of the end game, without my boys this process won't be the same. I know it's life and life goes on, so this is a test, I will be strong.
Geez, you know what? At the time when he did that, I thought that was hilarious and I was laughing my head off. But now as I look at you, Alex Casey, I realise where he was coming from. So hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
I'm sad enough to rhyme days with days.
And also nowhere to be seen in sight. Yeah, bless.
Oh, it's great.
What a week.
Great.
What a week. Sort of what a week and then not much of a week. It was a bit of a weird one, I thought.
Huge week.
Yeah, but also...
Roller coaster.
Oh,
We got out of jail, you know?
we did get out of jail.
Get out of jail. Those
That's-
boys were so happy to be frolicking in the paddock.
I've never seen such such a hard frolic as those boys when they were set free.
Watch out for the prickles.
I know. Well, I have to say, it amazes me that I got to 41 years old and never really thought about whether or not other countries have prickles. I have felt like
assumed
that's
that
just
was
like
a
a
New Zealand
distinctly
phenomenon.
New Zealand thing. Like New Zealand grass has prickles.
Yeah.
But no, apparently not just us.
Is the phrase prickles, though, a New Zealand thing?
What else would it be?
I don't know. Yeah, Heather.
Oh my god!
Brambles. I don't know. It's an old English.
They're very
Massively
specific
different
other things.
You know what I mean, though?
No.
I just don't imagine, oi, oi, prickles, me homies.
Okay, well, we'll put this out to the
You know
corner.
about England?
I know. I think it's
Did you have prickles when you were a child?
I don't feel like the prickles are as prevalent in the United Kingdom.
But
But I know what Heather was and is, and it's not that. That's
Okay.
lovely and soft. I
It's
know what
not brambles
are.
either.
They're like spiky and large.
But you know, it's adjacent.
What about nettles? Do you have nettles in New Zealand? Stinging nettles?
It's got Nestle.
Man, that was a real ball ache in the old United Kingdom because you always get stung. Anytime you went into they don't have bush, they just got nettles everywhere. Bloody shambles.
Hey, what's prickly heat? Is that what you guys are experiencing right now?
Oh,
No.
maybe. I'm just dripply heat.
Okay, which animal are you? Liam thinks of himself as a gecko, but Lily thinks more like a Labrador. She's right. When they put up the pictures of the Labrador and Liam, it's spot on. Logan the goat, though, that was disturbingly accurate. Jessie the wombat, also very good. Steve the Black Panther, pushing it, but
I bought it.
do you?
That was kind of weird.
What do you think you guys are? What am I, animal-wise?
Oh, man, should have prepped for this.
Sure, okay, you know what?
Trust that upon
Duncan
us.
just did instant gecko face. if that means anything.
Again, we're just
I
gonna
got bulbous eyes like a reptile.
We're just going to throw it to the
That's
corner.
fair.
I think the corner, it's going to be in the corner. The cornies can offer up their opinions on what animals we are and perhaps even what animals each other are. It's just a nice big community in there. Blind handball, that's a game, apparently.
Yeah, that was too bleak, eh?
That
I reckon that's when the producers knew they had
Yes,
to let them out.
100%.
Because they were becoming institutionalised and they wouldn't necessarily make it on the outside.
And also Liam was very aware by this week that it was a prison. to be fair, Liam's the most aware person and the most articulate and intelligent person there, by his own admission.
Oh, yeah.
He's
So
very
if
deep.
anyone was going to notice they were trapped in prison, it would be Liam. So the producers at that point, yes, when they start playing blind handball, and Liam's the voice of reason and truth, that's when they knew
And
they had to
they're
let
holding a
them out.
bottle for speaking. Like, there were so many tells. And they've like worn out their third pack of cards. Like, it's just, it's not okay
And
what went on. in there.
Logan, if you were to say to me, someone in the house is waking up, Mike B, the Olympic sailor with a naked hug every day, who do you think it is? I would never have said Logan.
Never in a million.
I'd have been like Elliot, right? You'd say Elliot.
Yeah.
Elliot, obviously, yeah.
It's crazy. It's just crazy how naked everyone is.
Are they ever wearing
Yeah.
clothes? Are they ever wearing?
So there's always got to be someone who's not wearing at least pants, you know? Otherwise, some balance gets thrown out of whack. It's crazy.
I noticed.
Yeah, the naked hug.
Yeah, that feels
okay?
No,
There's heaps of shit that's sort of like, case you asking that question, eh?
Don't know. International waters, of course.
yeah, it's totally fine. I noticed that in your fantastic power rankings, Alex, which you can find at spinoff.co.nz, power rankings of the Bachelorette NZ contestants, that you brought up how Elliot's bottom was there for all and sundry to see, and Terence got the emoji or the blur.
The peach.
He got emojied, and I wondered why. Because we've seen Terence's ass before, because he has a tat.
May I posit that it's
And I remember this.
because he is because of the time that maybe it hadn't crossed over that crucial to the crucial
Or,
time slot.
Another theory.
Time.
Terence was having a good old scamper, which might have
Yes.
allowed some of his front bum to
Yes.
have a dangle. Do you know what I mean?
True.
So, something to think
never-
about.
No one wants to see that. Fine with the behind. Don't turn around the front. Just
Yeah, we've had
stay
this
away from me.
conversation before.
Stay away from me. I don't want to see it. Nothing worse than when you're watching a movie and they do surprise full frontal, like as a shock thing. Like if you know it's sort of coming, if you're like in a scene where there are people like getting it on or something, you kind of like, you know, you can prepare yourself. But when it's some sort of comedy show and they do like the Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, yeah.
And there's also a Melissa McCarthy movie called The Spy, which we were watching with Joel's very conservative parents. And there was a surprise full frontal, which prompted them to leave.
I love it,
Leave the
personally.
premises. They left the premises.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, that's cool. I did that once when I might have talked about it on the pod before, when I watched a James Bond movie in Toledo in Spain when I was 10. And there was like a kiss, like quite a passionate one. I was like, I'm out. And I ran away. And
You ran?
I just ran off into the Spanish city where I had no anchor. And it took them like 3 hours to find me. I was like, that's a quality 10-year-old prude, eh? I was like, oh, not a kiss. Fuck this. I'm out.
Hang on. So your parents were with you and they saw you
Yeah,
up
I was watching with my parents.
Okay, but
just let
they
you
stayed
go.
to watch the end of
I
the
was-
scene rather than chase
Well,
you
yeah.
down. They gave you enough of a head start that you
more,
get lost
baby.
for 3 hours.
Also, I was like, 10-year-old can get away from you, when you're 40.
Oh,
You have no chance.
right. A crawling baby could get away from me at this point. A worm.
Oh, shit.
Okay. What are we even talking about anymore?
Bums.
No one's wearing anything.
It's the index of the real
But
bums,
actually,
comma front.
Duncan, look how far you've come, because you used to run off into foreign cities at the first sight of a pash, and now it's like smoochy lalas everywhere, and you're here for it.
I know.
I see you, and I appreciate you.
It's taken me 30 years, but I'm comfortable with a bit of that.
Your walls are tumbling down. So there was the big prank this week, which was Liam and Steve not coming back to the jail. Was it their prank? Do you think it was their idea? I mean, kudos if it was, or do you think it was a production thing? Because they framed it as it was their prank, that they decided that the fellas, the lads, should pack up their things and be told that they're not coming back.
I don't think they would have done that to the boys. I'm going to say it was production.
Yeah.
Production idea.
Oh, it was production
They got
idea
on
that
board.
they accepted, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great idea. It was so good because what we got out of Jesse with all that, the emotion, the Polaroid,
Oh my
the like
God.
packing up his gear and then like and being kind of almost like faux sad, but also kind of not really. Like, just more angry when he found out they were still around.
Well, that's the thing. Like that could have been a beautiful friendship. Like they could have been the new Gareth and Wayne of the Viaduct. But now I just don't know if you can ever heal that. Like, how can they ever learn to trust one another?
I think they'll learn.
It's just, isn't it crazy how this show has? It's just got no pretense of being about men finding love with women.
No,
it's just all about mateship. This. If you were to characterize what the core of the show is, it's 100% about boys finding mates and having a nice time.
This was the first time I felt like emotionally involved as a viewer at the idea of a breakup, and it was the breakup of Jesse and Liam.
Right. We're just a long way from there being someone who leaves who matters.
Yeah.
You know?
I just wanted them to communicate. I just wanted Liam to explain to Jesse that he'd had his time with Lily and they've talked it through and he'd realised, that he did want to stick around. And they just hadn't opened up the lines of communication enough, and it was like just two people who weren't on the same page, but they both want the same thing, and that is to be friends with each other. And I just really hope that over the coming weeks we can see that happen before someone gets sent home and it's too late. Anyway, the bench looks pretty awesome. It's got a pool, which is nice. It's got doors to the outside.
Pool table.
Yeah, pool table. So many activities, lots of activities. And
rabbit
traps.
Yeah, lots of rabbit traps.
The rabbit trap thing was when I was like, actually, what I said to Nick, I was like, what are we doing with our lives? Like, this is fucked.
Hunting and fishing, eh?
And just on the GoPro, and people I don't have any particular, they're not very charismatic or cool. I'm like, man, this is a weird thing to,
But also, it wasn't even. It's not like they actually caught a rabbit or.
Exactly.
It just was.
And I'm like, what the hell would have happened had they caught a rabbit? I don't want to start to see.
Elliot skinning it with his teeth.
Exactly. I don't.
Like Clark Gayford in our kitchen. It's actually quite fucked up when you think about it.
That was fucking crazy.
Okay. Let's start off with our eliminated lads. So George, too good for this world, to be honest, George. When I say world, I mean the Bachelorette world. So it was his time to go, and I'm okay with that. He's better suited being at the jewellery store at the airport. Which is where quite a few cornies have spotted him, working at the old jewellery store.
Quite a few cornies. Are any of them yet to get the old selfie row with him or no?
No.
Oi, oi.
Mark Kelleher at the spin-off got a picky with George and said he was a very lovely man. I feel like he's a friend to all.
He is.
Friend to the nation.
Steve also went home this week. He had a lovely double pool date with Liam and the ladies. He was first pick of the bedrooms in the house. Like, things were coming up roses, if you will, for Steve until they weren't. Until he wanted to kiss Lucina and she really didn't. So she sent him home. That's how much she didn't want to kiss him.
Yeah, just get out of my sight.
But then it was weird, right? Their relationship is quite odd when he left and they were like holding each other.
Yes.
And probably like what looked like the most intimate thing I've seen, like cradling each other's heads, being like, you're home to me. It was like, what the fuck? You just sent this guy home, but then she's also like, you're my dad. And I feel like
those two things, you put them together. You're my dad, you're like home to me. It makes perfect sense.
Alex did a little shoulder wiggle when she said you're my dad. It was fucking disturbing.
It's a little shimmy.
Well, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know how she feels about that statement when she says it, It's like, sometimes she says it as a compliment, other times it's a bad thing.
No, I think it's like she feels comfortable around him. It's definitely like, it's super friend zone. It's so friend zone, it's dad zone. And I think she said, despite the fact she basically hasn't had a conversation with Michael, the farmer. Well, small conversation post-barbecue. She kept him around because she knows that he's never going to try that shit. He's never going to be the guy who's like, hey, I feel like I missed out on a kiss. You want to have a go now? She's not going to have that awkward thing. But now she had the awkward conversation with Steve. She had to get rid of him because beyond that, he was just going to keep trying. It was just going to be bad, so...
It's always going to be in the air.
Yeah. So even though closer to Steve, she had to let him go so that she didn't end up in another situation where he wanted to get a pashy lala out of her.
What about the heavy metal singing?
I wanted to talk about that.
Why did you not keep him around to see more of that crazy noise?
Do a great concert every night. Like, bloody hell. He's like, that's proper.
Okay, Steve is a guy. I don't know if you remember, but at the very beginning of this whole journey, Steve was a guy that was like, I was like, why aren't we seeing more of him on screen? He's a good-looking guy. He's barely on the show yet. And I feel like we actually learnt more and more about, like, quite a lot about him as time went on. That was surprising. So, first of all, filthy smoker, right?
Oh yeah.
Secondly, a little bit of a overreaction aggression problem with I'm gonna bloody kill anyone.
Yeah, it's a hot head.
He's a hot head. And
that's all right.
And now he was the singer of a metal band. And apparently he's got a Slipknot tattoo. Someone in the corner spotted as well. So it's like quite really.
That is kudos to the corner. That's a great spot.
So cool, man.
Slipknot.
And that feels it all makes sense. I'm trying to figure out what band he fronted. I can't find it anywhere. I mean, it could have been RockQuest.
You probably interviewed him.
I probably did.
Man, a bounty of $100 for a photo of a young Jane with young Steve. Yeesh.
I just want to see a Bachelorette charity concert. Whoa, we're about to get a spit take.
So Jane has had a full mouthful and is not okay.
I just did the whole full bottom part of my coffee, which is always like the big mouthful, the like just get it done mouthful. And then you made me laugh. It was going to be ugly, but I managed to pull it together. Well done, me.
I'm just saying, a lot of musical men on this show. If they were to band together in some sort of Live Aid situation, I would pay upwards of $15 to see it.
Yeah,
wow, that's a lot of money, Alex. I see. You're all fancy now that you've got your new job. You can afford $15 for the batch band.
Jonathan Wedge with the pug. And who can dance? Oh, Steve can dance. Matt can dance.
Matt can dance. Oh, there's the whole package. It's a whole. It's not just It's not just a band. It's a whole entertainment ensemble. Can feel Tavita's hernia after the show.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, who's still here? Let's start with Quinn. We forgot Quinn last week. Sorry, Quinn. I don't know how we forgot Quinn last week. He had that massive gash in his hand, and there was the bashing of the fax machines and the pashing of the lily. But anyway, so apologies, Quinn, we did forget you, but we won't forget you this week. Gave Lily a little toy dirt bike, a lovely rose, and a postcard with some sweet nothings on it, and also writing a song for Lily with Richie. Logan will not be happy about that because Logan's the guy with the guitar, right? If someone comes out with a piece of cheese next, Logan is going to be pissed.
That's my thing.
Well, no, he's got another thing now. He's writing rom-coms.
Is he?
That's what he's using his notebook to write movie scripts.
Fuck, that says you've got a lot of time and you're bored as heck. Hey, shit. He's just not on the TV anymore, Logan.
Nah. Barely, eh?
Maybe he's just full frontal the whole time just to be cut out of every scene.
He did have that go, we're getting on to it, but when he was like, I found something else you suck at. Amazing. Such a good opener.
We'll get to that, but back to Quinn.
I love Quinn now.
I've always loved Quinn. Quinn. I think he's good for Lily. So writing a song with Richie, though, is a bold move because I would say Richie's his toughest competition. Can you imagine Aaron and Mike doing that together? What a good guy Quinn is.
He is a good guy. Love Quinn. Is he going to win? Is it Quinn for the win?
Quinn for the win? I hope so. Oh, we should hashtag that. I'd like Quinn to win. Richie's fine, and I like Richie, but I want Quinn for the win for Lily. What's up with you two?
Yeah. I want Quinn for Lily too. I think
we know how you feel about Richie.
I'm trying not to, but I recruited a new person to the anti-Richie bandwagon in the office this week.
Didn't you just last week apologise?
Yes,
and say that it was based on nothing, and now you've found someone to join your ranks. You're back on.
Found someone. It's mateship.
And Alex, you can't be a fan of Richie after the egg scandal last week, the public egg scandal.
Oh, no, it'll never work between us. But if Lily's down for that balcony egg, then go for it.
Okay.
I don't know. I've got a good feeling about Richie.
Really?
I'm just saying, I think Quinn's in trouble.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
He's definitely more of a Lily type, but there just seems to be a little bit of electricity with Quinn and Lily, which I haven't seen with anyone else.
And romance. He's like a romantic guy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He loves giving her.
On to Liam. Liam started the week feeling like he just wants to escape prison. He said this place feels like jail, which, as we mentioned, prompted the producers to ship everyone out to a mansion. He was on the lovely pool date. It was a sexy pool date, I have to say. It's all like, you know, they were like doing water fighting on shoulder. It just looked like a good old time. It looked like something that would happen in Las Vegas in the summertime, you know, pool party with 4 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about how Liam was wearing jean shorts?
That's sexy, isn't it?
First rule of water
Ripped
safety:
up.
take off your jeans.
No, but so many holes in the jeans, so ripped.
Yeah, were they those black ones with all of the holes down the front?
It was mostly
There's
skin,
nothing. Yeah,
not jean.
there's nothing to absorb anything.
There. Those just could pop off at any time. There's so little jean
That's true.
left.
That's true. I just thought it was kind of weird, considering all the men seem to have like quite considered swimwear choices.
I think what's happened is
Terrence
back in
with the tiny little. I could see like a lot of his sort of this stuff, you know?
the deep V.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Think back to prison. Do you think that Liam fashioned his bathers into some sort of artwork or something out of sheer boredom? Never
like a
imagining
Trying
he would possibly have to wear them and get to wear them again.
Maybe.
We could have tried to maybe he made a rope out of his belongings to try and shimmy down.
Well, that's where the rest of his jeans went, obviously. It was on the pool day that he used his time to basically do a big PR move on himself, where he was just announcing how intelligent he was, how deep he was. Like, he's a larrikin on the outside, but he's very smart and deep internally. Stuck around, didn't get referred to himself as Big Dad. Big Dad's here.
Times.
Big Dad.
Imagine if you were like, Big Mum's here.
Does he think he's like the dad of the house? Is this what that is? Is that what that is?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, you say that, but I feel like that is what I am. Big mum. Big old mum.
It's so different to Big Daddy, like Big Dad.
Yeah.
Big Daddy was like the most famous wrestler in the quite bad English wrestling scene in the 80s. I think he killed someone in the ring.
Wasn't it a movie, like an Adam Sandler movie or something?
No, like, didn't you see it?
Oh, yeah. But was it Adam Sandler?
His head on backwards. Yeah, he did a wee, didn't he?
It's a great film. But Big Dad just has a darkness.
Yeah,
to
it does.
well.
I'm going to try that with my kids because when my kids hurt themselves or whatever, and I give them a cuddle and say, it's okay, Mum's here. But now I'm going to say, Big Mum's here. It's okay, Big Mum's here. I'm just going to see what they say. I reckon it'll snap them right out of it. They'll be like, what the fuck?
Like, if we had cool sort of alter egos for this podcast, I reckon Jane, Big Mum, Yee would be super cool.
Okay, Elliot catching a rabbit, or not catching a rabbit, as the case may be. And Lily doesn't know him because they've not spent enough time together. The end. There's just not much Elliot this week, especially compared to last week. Also, not a heck of a lot of Michael, the Kumara grower. Yet at the same time, the most of him we've seen.
Yes.
And those seconds were used very well. I feel like we found a lot out about the guy.
We certainly did, like this, for example.
Barbecue is me to a forte. Back at home, like I'm barbecue king.
So,
Cool music as well.
So good.
Me to a forte. Bellissimo. So good.
Oh my God. Take a grasp of fresh air. You to a forte. I'm obsessed with him. I love him. The Cornies love Michael as well, I noticed. There's a lot of love for Doug.
Okay, well, listen, I think he might be more of an eligible bachelor than people realise, because I have a friend who used to be married to someone who lived in Dougville, so knew a few kumara farmers from the area, and says that they make a fecking fortune. So do with that what you will.
He spends a lot of money on conditioner, because those are some luscious locks. And they look great up. They look great down, sorry. I don't know if they look great up.
Yeah.
But I love when he just lets it all hang loose.
Oh, amazing.
It's a great look.
And he wears his shirt mostly completely open at the cocktail party. It's just a great look. It's a great look.
He was, I don't know that we mentioned this, but he was previously in a relationship for 8 years, which came as a surprise, I think, to Lucina or whoever he was talking to. And to me also.
Lucina, who just assumed that he was bereft. I don't know. You sort of really saw the kind of country discrimination in those assumptions.
She laughed in his face.
I know.
When he said, "I think I've decided I'm going for you," and she was like, "Ha!"
To be fair,
that was so intense.
It was really intense.
It's her only response to anything. We've been through this, especially when she doesn't quite know what to say or she's feeling a little bit awkward or uncomfortable. She laughs. Laughs her bloody head off.
It was in that moment it felt
it was totally horrible.
It made me momentarily a bit
cruelty.
Yeah. But then, how good is Michael making a cake and not mixing any of the ingredients together?
It's brilliant.
Putting it straight in the oven.
God, that was the sweetest anecdote.
I watched it over again. He was 10 when that happened, so I can see how you would do that as a 10-year-old.
Okay.
But when I first watched it, I thought it was I don't know, I imagined him in his early 20s. Being okay, let's make a cake. And he did make mention of the fact that it came out eggs were cooked whole inside it. And guess who I thought of?
Dead loss.
I thought of Alex Casey, and I thought, are those eggs okay?
Those eggs are not okay. There's a lot that's not okay.
In private?
Not even in private. It's a night. You know those weird Spanish eggs that you get?
Oh, yum. Spanish eggs are so good.
Somewhere in the middle of the... I think that's okay.
Whoa.
Spanish eggs in public.
Yeah.
Because you got bread and stuff. There's a lot of detractors from the actual egg itself.
Yeah, I see.
You know what
Turkish egg?
Eh?
What about Turkish egg?
What's that?
Similar.
Probably the same then?
It's just all in a big pan.
Yeah, that's all right. Because then you can chop it up and kind of hide it and just get it done.
You don't want to do that, though. That defeats the purpose. You dip. So you're not, hang on.
Get it done.
Again. You're not okay with dipping your toast into a poached egg.
Not when there are prying eyes.
But you're okay with dipping toast into a Spanish egg.
Well, because I think it's there's all that tomato shit and other stuff around, right? So you can kind of...
So you could conceivably have been going for something else. When do you, just to continue this private theme, when Joe's out, you're home alone.
Yeah.
Do you ever just do your worst? Do you know what I mean?
Let's get a whole carton and boil the fucking lot of them. You know?
That's what I mean.
No, I would never boil.
But what, would you fry and just really
I would have maybe. But I'm not even fine with it myself. You know what I mean? For the most part. This is if I'm in a situation where it has to happen.
Like
breakfast. Yes. McMuffins are fine. To be clear. That's all good.
I'll bag them up. You know?
It's all good.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
But
at the thought
egg broken
of
randomly into a barbecue? Not okay.
Whoa.
Mike?
Like that.
Oh my God. Okay. Just the vision of Joe going off for the day. See, Alex, I'm off to work, and you just checking through the blinds.
Back in 15 minutes, I forgot my... Oh my God. It's just frozen.
Well, no, the thing is, it's not me. It's the reverse. When I'm out, particularly if I go out of town, I come home and there's fucking...
stacks of carrots. Joe's got yellow shit all around his mouth.
Egg action. And it's not a container full of that egg salad shit to make egg salad sandwiches. That's always, there'll be like a half of that left in the fridge when I get home from a trip, and I'm like, you bastard, I can't believe you did
so
this.
You don't think that's nice of him to be discreet?
It's nice, but get it out of the house.
The whole thing. You don't want to think about it.
Nah, I don't want to look at it. It's slimy. It smells disgusting. It looks weird. Mm-mm.
Alex Casey, do you eat a cream egg, and how do you feel about other people eating cream eggs?
Oh, I love that. Absolutely love that.
I think that's hypocritical.
I do too, to be perfectly honest with you.
It doesn't have the stench.
What?
It doesn't even
Eggs
really
don't have a stench.
Eggs have a stench.
Oh God!
Right?
Wow, this is Divided the Real Pod because Tina is on Team Stench.
I mean, there is you can get a bit of an eggy smell,
Tina likes an egg.
but
You're telling me that an egg sandwich smells exactly the same as a cream egg?
No, I'm not. But I am saying that this is the very
You're
first time.
dreaming.
This is the very first time in our many, many discussions about this, as we try to get to the bottom of the rules, that you've brought up the smell of egg.
Well, it just goes without saying.
Well, no, I thought you were talking a lot about texture and seeing people dip stuff.
Oh, it's all of that.
What do you think of like canned tuna?
Private.
Yeah.
Private.
I mean, I think that should be banned from the workplace by like law, you know?
Extremely private, but I don't care about it as much as I get weird about
Weird,
eggs.
man.
My son is weird about peanut butter and porridge. Like, he cannot have his siblings eating either of those two things anywhere near him. Yeah. Yeah. Cool with eggs, though. Fine with eggs. Anyway, Aaron. He this week just found out that Lucina works for herself and travels a bit for work, and he's saying like, whoa. Thought that we were just going to just meld into each other's lives here, which is pretty weird that this has only just come up after he's fallen in love with her. That's like first conversation type stuff. What do you do?
Yeah,
I'm a
although
doctor.
They did have a conversation in like week 2 where he was like, there are plenty of hospitals in Hamilton, and she's like, there's plenty of schools in Auckland. You know what I mean? Like, to me, the subtext of that was like, all good.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. He just said, I just assumed you worked at Auckland Hospital, which really makes it sound like he had not asked her where she works. I don't know.
He's too busy singing all the bloody time.
That's accurate.
He was thrilled. Aaron, for one, was thrilled when Steve and Liam were not coming back to prison, and then not thrilled when he found out they were still around. And in fact, he was sharing a room with 2 of his rivals as well. So he was sharing a room with Logan and Mike B.
Yeah, he's never missed an opportunity to dog the boys. That's Aaron's main MO.
He referred to himself as Big McNabb as well. So there's a lot of big guys here.
That sounds a lot like a limited edition burger, eh?
Who would win in a
Big Dad or Big McNabb?
Look out. Big Mum stepping into the ring.
Here she comes.
Let's take a break and learn a little bit more about the spin-off members.
Hello, beloved Corny. I've got some breaking news for you. You may or may not know we've launched the Spin-Off Members program. This is a program that allows you, our readers, to contribute to the future direction of our coverage. If you become a part of our members club, you can support us hiring more journalists. You can tell us what you like, what you don't like about what the Spin-Off's doing, and you can also tell us what you'd like to see in the future. If you want more information on it, you can go to www.thespinoff.co.nz/members.
Hi, I'm Russell Brown, and I'll make a podcast for the spin-off called Actually Interesting. Those are also the initials of its topic, artificial intelligence, which is very interesting. You can find us on your favourite podcast providers or on thespinoff.co.nz.
Hey, now I just want to play something for no other reason than I miss hearing it. Okay.
Oi, me homies. Your boy's off to hospitable, aka hospital. Possible hernia, bro.
Miss him. We say oi, 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 we say oi, oi, me homies a lot around our house.
It was very funny when Catherine, who doesn't watch The Bachelorette, the spin-off, was editing my power ranking. She's like, I just want to check. When you were hospitable here, did you mean hospital? And I was like, no. Nope. I meant hospitable.
Okay.
It matters.
That was just for me, really. Sorry. Okay, Richie. He's not redeemed himself in your eyes after the public egg. You're back on to not liking Richie at all because you've found someone else not to like him with. But he did win Lily over with his whatever he cooked at the barbecue challenge and used that opportunity to tell her, you're the one that I want, and he gets a lovely rose for it. Not a huge Richie week this week.
Not a big week, but I think he's going to stick around for a while.
I feel like you're trying to tell me something. I feel like you're in for Richie for the win.
Vibe.
We're definitely looking
Richie for a while.
We're definitely looking at an Aaron, Mike B, Richie, Quinn final. Surely, is that right? Do you think? Like the way things stand at the moment.
Yes.
That would be my guess.
And the rest of them are just hanging around.
Literally just hanging around.
And I want to get there. Look, all of these shows have a bit of a sag around now where they start to sort themselves out, but you've still kind of got some lesser contenders around. The difference with this one is that the lesser contenders have no shot and no real connection, and they're there, for a good time, not a love time, and it's
except for
that's
Logan.
The thing that's kind of bumming me out a bit.
Logan's there for Lucina.
Well, Logan's not there.
He's not there. That's true. But he thinks he is. Anyway, Terence, lovely week for Terence this week.
I thought he was very sweet.
He went on a one-on-one date with Lily with the horse riding. That was hilarious. Her horse literally just went in circles.
That was funny.
It was an absolute maniac. And he opened up about his mental health issues, and it was just bloody brave and nice and good sort. I like Terence a lot. He did brush his teeth while Art was making the announcement about the move to the country. He was like, they all gathered all the it's so chill, this show. Like, there's none of this kind of like, okay, guys, in 5 minutes we're going to be shooting a scene. It's just like, oi, oi, me homies, gather in, no matter where you are. If you're on the loo, if you're brushing your teeth, just get here now. He's brushing his teeth.
On the loo, just open the door.
It's bonkers. Also, as we mentioned, he stripped off when he found out he was going on a date with Lily. Which is like the customary thing to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Jessie. For some reason, Terence is really sus of Jessie. He thinks he's telling lies.
Real sus.
Yeah, I don't feel like I know why. Do you?
He thinks he's fake. Him and Quinn both really didn't like that lipstick leftover thing, which was on Sunday night, I think.
No, why would you like it?
I don't know if Jesse did that intentionally.
No, he didn't. No.
But yeah, there's real animosity there, actually.
Yeah.
Proper animosity, not the burrito kind.
I think so. I think it's a hangover from that. What else? Well, we know the poem was great.
Let's talk about Mike.
Well, should we talk about Logan just quickly before we get to Mike? I've left Mike last because I feel like Mike's the big crescendo. We'll do a big
nothing
crescendo.
to say about Logan.
You've got nothing to say?
Good luck on your movie.
What about that? So the movie, if you missed it, Duncan, his rom-com script that he's written in the notebook that Lucina gave him is that a person falls in love, it doesn't work out, something about a flatmate, because they kind of did the yawny taking the mick voiceover while he was doing it, and then something about 100 dates. And sounds great. I mean, I'm in. If he starts a Kickstarter, I'm putting $5 in.
Whoa.
And he said that thing I found something you suck at today. So I feel like he's trying to neg her because she said he opens every conversation with something negative about her. But then she comes back with an earpiece to camera. She's like, I think he's trying to say, we're the same, but you don't have to bring me down. You could bring yourself up. As if she thinks that maybe she's up a level. Bring yourself up, Logan.
Yeah, or maybe he's just... Look, I think the fundamental problem is that she just doesn't particularly like him.
Why does she keep kissing his dry mouth? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I think she likes him.
She likes him fine, but she doesn't like him well enough for him to have any shot. And she only kisses him because she's kissed him. It's like
It's true.
These are the kissable ones.
That is the truest thing. It's so that's profound. You're right. She's kissing because I have you been there before? You've kissed someone just because you've kissed them before, and you feel like
all the time, constantly.
Like I suppose. I can't unkiss you now. We can't take that back. So you're going to expect this and I'm going to have to do it. So you kiss them and then you break up with them. Anyway, Mike B.
Big mum in the house.
Big mum in the house.
Watch your mouth.
Mike B was bummed he didn't get a rose after the basketball chat. That because Elliot got a rose, he had his time with Lily. He got a rose, and Mike didn't get a rose, and he started getting a bit insecure about that, and was all like, "Give me a fucking rose." And to me, to my mind, I felt like he was having a joke. Like I think it was taken in a louder context, and he was.
I totally got the feeling there was something before or after that. Really?
Yeah, I loved it.
I loved it too. I think he was
a fucking rose.
Yeah, I think it's joking.
It's like he knows he's hot.
He knows he's hot.
He knows he's going to stick around. He knows that I think that she likes him, and he's sort of does have a weird power play thing where he's like, "Well, I haven't decided if I like you."
But
like,
I think that's fair. I totally think that's fair. And if it were the other way around, if it was a bachelor and there was a woman there saying that, I would also just think that that's like actually great. Like. It's not just about the person who is the bachelor or the bachelorette. It's about the people that are pursuing them as such. Also deciding if that person is right for them. And they, so when it comes to will you accept this rose, if they want, they can say, no thanks, I don't.
Yeah.
And I think he just wants more time. And, it was quite a good strategy because he got more time.
True.
So I find Mike... Like I find his diffidence wears on me. Like the way that, like I totally agree with what you're saying, Jane, in the sense that, it's not like he feels under some, like he probably has very attractive people super interested in him all the time. So this isn't a big novelty to him the way, say, it is for like Elliot or something. but like he's so cool. Like he so operates in this real narrow band of sort of emotional intensity. He doesn't seem to laugh a lot. Like he's just very controlled in a way that like doesn't make it seem like he's fully participating in it. That's why when he did finally crack from that and talk about his own neurotic interactions with the process later on, that it was quite settling and led to probably the hottest kiss of the whole thing. But
it was the realest conversation and the hottest kiss for sure. And I think she's really into him. And I suspect she's frustrated because she wants him to be more into her because she's really into him. Like she's really attracted to him. I'm like totally team Mike. Because the other option is Aaron. No, thank you. But also, I think he's self-aware. I think he's older. He's got more life experience, and I think he's just like I mentioned last week that I think he's kind of bemused by the whole situation he's found himself in and by the behavior of the people around him. But I think also he's just like a little bit older, and so he's not like as larrikin-y. Those years he's been and done that,
Yeah, he's also not gonna like. Can you imagine Mike going? Every time I ride, like he's not going to degrade himself. And also, in that conversation, I feel like it's the first time we've seen Lucina be real unguarded. Like properly
I agree.
Yeah.
Time. And
that's what I say. It's the most real conversation that's taken place on the show. At least, I mean, I feel like Lily's pretty real, but between Lucina and any other single person.
Totally agree.
So yeah,
that's you sort of realise the extent to which Lucina is shooting a scene, all the time, and then in that moment they were actually talking, and it was such a it was such a shock.
Also, when she's talking to people, she tends to like look them in the eye a lot and kind of really hold their gaze. But with him, she was like doing a lot of like looking around, like she's processing stuff in her head a lot. I am a body language expert after all, so. There you go.
Yeah.
Big
That
Mum.
means
I did know.
some things.
Big Mum knows. She's watching.
Hang on, Big Mum knows.
Gay.
Laughing with me, right? Not at me, with me, right?
So much.
I also want to put forward something. I want to put forward a new name for Mike, and it's not Big Mike, but Quad Bike Mike. Is that good? They did the quad bikes. It rhymes.
I mean, it happened,
It's definitely words.
he just wasn't good at it. Like, it's not like his natural home. He doesn't like a internal combustion engine. He likes the wind to be his transport.
True.
Oh, man.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's right up his forte. That's us. That's us for this week. Do you want to quickly do a married update?
Oh, I'm behind. You saw some
I
spewing
saw some
or
things.
some
Just Steve, old man Steve got the squid. Got the squirts in a huge way.
So bad.
Real funny. It was like quite horrible but really funny to watch. Just them when they're cooped up in their apartment. After he was such a dick at the dinner party.
Yeah.
And then he just wakes up and he's like, oh, and just makes the worst noises you've ever heard. And then it's just like classic door shot of the toilet door for ages and all these noises and like a flush. And it's just this long as scene.
And she goes around spraying. Yeah, Michelle goes around
Just
spraying everything.
And kind of quarantines him in this chair in the corner when like her family comes over. She's like, you can't touch anything.
Okay, I'm sorry, but if you're that unwell, surely they can halt production till the next day on this. Like, they should not be bringing people into this environment. This is such a real TV show.
You need to get a door shot in there. It's great.
It's very funny.
My only note is from the commitment ceremony when Michael and just didn't get challenged at all about being just an ultimate spoiling prick. Like, just what are the experts for if not to say, don't sow functionless chaos amongst your homies.
It's about to get worse. I'm telling you that now. I'll say no more. Say no more. Say no more. But it's going to get real bad.
Pain.
that guy. Okay, that's our podcast for
Lovely
this week.
Time.
We've only got a few more to go, so I hope you join us for all of them. Alex, she's like on her phone.
I'm ordering an Uber. I gotta get out of here. I'm like Duncan watching a kissing scene. I gotta go.
Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Nando. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Alex and Duncan. And thank you, Cornies. We'll catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Jane. Bye.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Kia ora e te iwi, Te Aihe Butler here, podcast manager at The Spin-Off. If you enjoy listening to our podcasts, consider supporting our mahi by signing up to become a Spin-Off member at thespinoff.co.nz/donate. The Spin-Off Podcast Network.